for France now! Thomas! Right at the end!
And it's Tony Adams put through by Steve Ball. Would you believe it? Is in for Arsenal and sweeps it home. It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent. He stripped it away from Carr. Henry!
And it's Arsenal! Arsenal FC! And my father can see!
It's time to go!
How are we all? Oh, guys in the chat, look who I found. I found him. He's here. He's here. He's out of hiding. He's back. Obviously, Arsenal won. So, obviously, that's when Terry comes out the woodwork. How are you, Terence?
I'm really good, thank you. First of all, I just want to say, Diesel, you've been doing absolute magnificent. Why I've not been able to do these shows, doing it on your own.
I've been on, of course. Which hasn't
when
been a lot.
When you've been able to do it, mate. Obviously, we all know that sometimes work gets in the way of life or family. So it's one of them things, unfortunately.
Work and birds. Sorry, that's what
well, that's for you. Right. That's for you, mate. Work and.
Oh, sorry, it's a message. I'll shut up. Come on, Terence, strike one.
And secondly, I just want to say thank you to everyone that keeps messaging me on Instagram and Twitter. Carol, Warren, Joanne, loads of people. AJ, and I know I haven't got back to you yet. I've just been working so hard, but really, really appreciate you bearing with us and everything. And thirdly, I know that our man from across the water, Glenn, lost his mum a couple of weeks ago. So I just want to say condolences to, obviously, Glenn, his family. He knows that the Bannister family's here for him, and obviously me and Diesel whenever he needs us. So, and we'll definitely get him on very, very soon again. But just at the moment, just take this time out, Glenn. And obviously, we all love your videos that you do and all. And once we get back properly on this channel, we will definitely have Glenn on it most weeks. So, but Glenn, we love you, mate.
Yeah, just to touch on that as well. I've been speaking to Glenn, messages, to and fro. I've not been on Twitter for a while, so obviously I found out a little bit late, and I felt really bad. So, Glenn, I know you're watching us right now, and if you're not, why not? But now, all joking aside, mate, listen, we're all here for you. Genuinely one of the nicest blokes that we've come across since we've started doing this. What you see is what you find with Glenn. So, listen, mate, anything we can do, and I do mean anything, reach out, we're here. Yeah? So I just wanted to say that.
No, exactly. It's been a long time. I've missed this, Diesel. I missed the banter. I've missed doing this, so you know what I mean. I've messaged you yesterday, didn't I? As well as obviously speaking to you throughout the time I haven't been on. But I said, look, we've got to get it back on. I did do a quick appearance the other night for Stan the man from Vancouver. He messaged me and said, do you mind popping on for a little while? It was about 1 o'clock in the morning while I was driving, so I popped onto there, and it just made me miss it even more. So, Diesel, I can't wait. I'm glad I'm back, and let's get straight into it. Before we get on to the Watford and Arsenal preview, there's a few things I need to bring up beforehand, Diesel. But is there anything else you need to say first?
No, I'm ready, mate. Go on. Big up to Lily, by the way. Look,
sorry?
Lily.
Oh, yes. I hope Lily's well. She just had a little operation, so I hope you're doing well, Lily. I hope everything's well and you and the family, so I hope you're all good. But yeah, listen, I've got to say, Diesel, I don't understand why, once we've been winning and, we're getting back on the thing, it's taking you 3 or 4 days after each win to do a podcast. That's one thing I want to know, because if we would have lost, you would have been fucking damn right back on it, like we did when we drew with Crystal Palace or or Brighton, one of the games. You were straight on it, straight after. But as soon as we're winning, it seems like you go in hiding, my friend, not me. 2, I want to apologise to everyone that's in the chat and everyone that follows us with that podcast that you 3 men. Great to have Jez on. That is his name, sorry.
Yeah, big
Jez?
up, Jez.
Yeah, Jez. Great to have Jez on for the very first time, and obviously LG. But I must say, it was like 3 people, 3 grumpy men getting together, right? That thought, do you know what? We'll sort out the podcast for after the Aston Villa game because we're going to get battered. And then when we do, we can go on, we can have a lovely rant. And that didn't happen. Arsenal absolutely smashed Villa. And it was like, you 3 got together and thought, oh, man, let's get on the razzle dazzle because, you know what I mean, winning night out against Aston Villa, I can't stand that. I can't stand it. So it was like you've got on the razzle dazzle. You've got up the next morning, had big anovers, and then you sort of like the light bulb flipped for all 3 of us. Think, oh fucking hell, we've now got to go and do a podcast that we thought we was going to do because we lost, and now we've got to go on there and we've got to somehow try and talk about Arsenal after winning that 3-1. And what happened? You all 3 of you all come on, all glump faces, all really angry, and you talked about the game and Arsenal for about 5 minutes. And then what did you do? Apparently, you know, when I'm on, I always divert the conversation. I always talk about other teams, apparently. You talked about Man United, Manchester City, Chelsea, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Juventus, and all these other players for an hour and a half. And yet you talked about the Aston Villa and Arsenal game for about 5 minutes. What was that about, Diesel? What was that about? I don't understand it.
I'll be honest with you, it really annoys me when Arsenal win. And well, that's what everybody thinks. So I might as well go along with it. Do you know what? It's funny, right? Because those clubs that you just mentioned there, yeah. And you're right. You are right. You know, those clubs you just mentioned there, the kind of clubs that I aspire my club to be. So, when you mention Man City, Liverpool, when you mention Real Madrid, Barcelona, when you mention these elite clubs, you know, steeped in history and tradition, and clubs who win something year in, year out, and if they don't, there's an inquest. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Tel. You know, because they're the clubs I look at. You know, unlike yourself and a lot of the other Arteta in people, you know, you're laughing at Tottenham and clubs like that. I don't even bother with Tottenham. I'm looking at those clubs that you just reeled off. I want to be eating at the top table with them, not at the back table with Tottenham. And I think that's, you know, Arsenal win. I've had a couple of comments already. Oh, what, you know, why don't you say anything when Arsenal win? Because if history has taught us anything, call me a cynic, but if history has taught us anything, it's that these things are short-lived. Yeah, I want Arsenal to do. Look, I've never ever changed my stance. Tel, you know this. I'm all about consistency, right? I don't. Yep. In the past, I've been guilty of it, as we all have. You know, we win a couple of games, you know, arm and clad 9, and then all of a sudden they do something that makes us crash back down. Yeah, and you feel a little bit mugged off because we're quick with the banter. We're quick to we beat you. We're higher than you. You know, this, that, the other, and then obviously fast forward a couple of weeks, it's done a complete 360. And then we're the ones that end up with egg in our face. So for me, it's nice to win a game here and there. I get all that. But ultimately, I still think that this is the wrong manager. I do. The one thing I will say is some of the games that we've played, and we've played really, really well.
I know what you're going to say before you use that.
Huh?
Yeah, go on. I know what you're going to say. Go on, yeah.
What do you think I was going to say?
Go on, carry on.
No, go on, tell me. What do you think I was going to say?
Well, you're going to come out with something like, well, you know, we played really well against Tottenham, but Tottenham were really crap that day.
No. I don't do that. Like, the last stream I did, I even said, look, I'm not one who's going to downplay it. Oh, yeah, but Aston Villa were crap. Oh, yeah, but Tottenham were poor. They were. But you can't take away from what we did. You know, they were poor because we made them poor. Exactly. You know, I would say that. Listen, I've always given credit where credit's due. You know, and when Arteta deserves credit, I have come on here and I have said, you know what, in that game, he got everything spot on. He got the sub spot on. You know, I've always said that, right? So I won't bash him just for the sake of bashing him. I bash him when I have to or when I need to. Yeah. What I was going to say is some of these games that we've played, and I've always said this to you, Tel, I even said it in the last stream, we have got a good squad here. Like, I'm not sitting here saying all our players are crap. We've got some right good players here. Right?
Now we have.
Yeah. No, look, we've got more better players than what we did, right? But listen, you know, to get a move to Arsenal, you have to have something about you, Tel. Yeah? But for me, you need the right manager to unlock that potential. Yeah. So the way I look at it, when I see Arsenal playing well, for example, against Leicester, against Spurs, I thought we were really good against Villa. Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't rate this manager. All that shows me is if we can do that, if we've got the ability to play like that under a dead manager like Mikel, what could we do under a top level elite manager? Now, I know that this is where me and you differ, but the one good thing I'll say about me and you is we've always stuck to our guns, right? So, like, you know, my whole thing is we've seen in patches, what we can do. Now, the base is there, But for me, get him out, get in a top level elite manager, Tel, because if Mikel can get little bits and pieces out of this squad, what could a manager whose levels above him do? And that's how I've always looked at it. So every time Arsenal win a game, every time Arsenal play really well, it makes my argument even stronger, as if to say, blimey, under a proper manager. Yeah, that's my thing. I'll never change it. That's my opinion.
I know. You've always said that about a proper manager, and you know what I'm going to say coming back at you. We've seen that side of it. You know, let's be honest. You, Claude, LG, Kenny Ken, you know, all the views that was our Arteta at was all telling me exactly the same when Maureen come in at Tottenham. Now watch Tottenham. Watch what Tottenham's going to do. Doesn't matter about if they've not got the, you know, a fantastic squad or anything like that. What matters is it's all in the mind. These managers are elite. They've won things everywhere they've gone. And yous were blinded. Yous were blinded because yous actually thought that, let's be honest, yous actually thought that he was going to win a trophy with Tottenham. Yous actually thought that.
Mourinho.
Mourinho.
If he wasn't sacked, I reckon he would have.
Well, it may be, but we never know that. The thing is, we will never know that, Diesel. So, you know, we can't go by ifs, buts, and whats. We can only go by what's in front of us. His managerial career at Tottenham was a foul. Let's be honest, it was a foul. It was. Same as Carlo Ancelotti. You was all saying, watch what Everton do now when he went to Everton. These people need money behind them, same as any manager, and they need the foundations already there at that club. Let's be real, because if Mourinho went back to Chelsea, I would agree with you. I would agree with you that he would have won a trophy. Why would he have won a trophy? Because obviously they've got 3 teams to pick from. They've already got everything there. They've got the youth coming through. They've got the stadium and the chairman to back them and things like that. Now, the same thing, which we'll get more into, I suppose, later on, because it will come up, is Conte going to Tottenham. You know, all the Arteta Arsenal fans were coming in their pants, weren't they, the other day? Because, you know, Conte's gone to Tottenham, now watch Tottenham. But I've heard it all before, Diesel. I heard it all before with Mourinho. The thing is, with Tottenham, yes, he's a great manager. He's won things everywhere he's gone. But it still doesn't come. It still comes down to it that Tottenham have got a very, very, very poor side, a very, very, very poor squad that he needs at least 2 or 3 years to be backed and to turn it around. And if anybody, any Arsenal fan thinks that just because Conte's gone to Tottenham and he's there for 18 months, think that he's going to turn them around and all of a sudden they're going to be challenging for the Premiership and be in a Champions League and challenge for that, then they are deluded. That's facts. Or don't you agree with me?
No, look, I'm not saying because Conte's gone there that they're going to win the league this year or anything like that. I don't agree with you when you say they've got a very poor squad. I think in amongst that squad, they do have some decent players.
Right.
These players
I know what you're
weren't
saying,
playing under Nuno. If we're being honest, Harry Kane's just not anywhere near the player he was. We all know why he wanted to go. If anything can turn him, it's going to be a man, because Conte is exactly what we need. If you're asking me if I'm jealous that he's gone there, I'll be honest, I am, because he was on my list. He's up there. He's a top level. He's a winner. Yes, we go on about Mourinho, but in the last 5-6 years, obviously Mourinho's, he's on the come down. If we're being, you can't argue with what he's done in his career. What a career he's had, by the way. Like, I still love Mourinho, I do, but let's be honest, he's on the way down, right? He is, right. Conte, everywhere he's been to, he's done the business, and as much as we say with money and stuff, his turnaround. He can go into a club that's on its knees and give it a season. He can win the league. He's proven that he's done that with more than one club, by the way, right? At Tottenham, this is where for me, like, the manager makes a big difference, because if what we're reading is true, and I'm not one who reads the paper and believes everything he reads, but from what we're hearing, after literally a couple of training sessions, the players all pumped and they're buzzing. And rightly so, because, not any old dickhead has just rocked up. This is Conte. Not only was he a world-class player, he's a world-class manager as well, right? So from a player's point of view, to see Nuno go and be replaced with a man like that, of course, like, your towels are going to be up. Right now, obviously, it remains to be seen what he does. I don't think Conte is the type to go in there and just do what he's told. He would have had assurances, because he's not the kind of manager to come in sort of halfway or mid through a season. So I'm sure he could have named whatever he wanted, and obviously they'd have given it to him. He weren't short of offers, let's be honest. Personally, I thought he was going to wait for the Man United job, because we all know Solskjaer ain't going to be there for like much longer. But look, so it's just a classic case. I get wound up, Till, because obviously, as you know, I don't rate this manager that we've got, and yet. When you look at the caliber of manager that we've let go, or slipped away from us, even when Wenger was here, top class, Klopp, Pep, top class managers, because of our loyalty, misguided loyalty and sentiment, and that's what this club stinks of. It's sentiment, Conte is yet another one, right, who has gone, and he is exactly the type of manager I believe we need. He's a no nonsense manager. He knows what he wants, right? He doesn't take crap. He's a tactician. He can read the game. He was a class player as well, and everywhere he's been, he's done it. That's no fluke. Now, look, you're going to say, well, they had a world-class manager in Mourinho, right? So some of the best managers in world football have gone to certain clubs. But he's going to say that. He's just hiding. He's just hiding. He's going to say that. And let's be honest, Mourinho is up there. If we're talking top 5 managers in world football, Mourinho's in that 5. He is. He is. Even a Mourinho hater can't deny that, right? Arteta ain't in there. So
how can Arteta be in there when he hasn't done anything yet? He hasn't done anything yet. The difference is with Mourinho and Conte and things like that. This is what I'm saying. Yes, he's a great manager and he's won everything, but you can't just say that just because he's a great manager. Oh, Newcastle just equalised, by the way. It's Brighton 1, Newcastle 1. Just because he's a great manager, he can't. He's not a magician. There's no magicians out there. If people can't see that Tottenham have got a bad squad, the reason why I say they've got a bad squad, Diesel, because let's be honest, right? Let's be truthful here. I'm just going to quickly run these off, right? And I want you to be truthful right here and right now at this present time, right? Would you have Lloris in goal, or would you have Ramsdale?
See, based on current form, that's what you got to go by. You can't go by what they've done in the past. At this precise moment, if you was a manager, who would you have in goal? Would you have Ramsdale or Lloris? I can't believe you're even thinking about that. Yeah, but you're going on like Ramsdale's levels above Lloris. Like Lloris is look what he's won. Look what he's.
I'm not talking about what he's won.
He's an established international keeper. If we're basing it off the last 4 or 5 games, then I'm saying Ramsdale.
Well, this season, just at this moment in time, this season, if you was a manager and you could pick between them 2 players at the moment, who would you pick?
Probably Ramsdale.
Right? So at the moment, who's their left back, Tottenham?
Reguilon.
Would you have Reguilon or would you have Tierney or Tavares?
If we're basing it off the season, I'm going Reguilon. Tierney's been awful. Tavares has played, but he's played 2 games.
Good God.
Reguilon's a good. No, listen. See, yeah, but listen.
You just said he
this
was.
This is the difference, right? You know how much I love Tierney. You know how much I love Tierney. But he has been a shadow of the. He's been shocking. He's been shocking. Let's be honest, all right. And if you saw the last stream I did, everyone in this chat room will back me up, right? And I said he needs to be dropped. I don't care. I've got no affiliation with these players. Right, I don't care who you are. If you're not putting a shift in, you're on the bench. It's as simple as that. Tavares has come in and he has played well, albeit it's been a couple of games. It's not enough to judge him on. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Right. But Tierney, and you know how much I love Tierney, right? I was screaming for him to be captain, as were you last season. But this season, come on, I don't recognise him. And for that reason, you can't have it both ways. If we're talking about based on form. Tierney's nowhere near it. Let's be.
If that's what you're saying, then that's fair enough by what you're saying. All right. So who's their defenders? Their central defenders?
Davinson Sanchez, and the other one is
Eric Dyer at the moment. That's who they're playing at centre back. Who's been playing there? Eric Dyer.
Is it, or is it the other one?
Well, Eric Dyer played there the weekend. So them 2. Who would you have? Them 2 or Gabriel and White?
I'd have Gabriel standard. I'd have Gabriel, and I'd have Sanchez.
Honestly, I can't believe you're even saying. All right, carry on. Right back.
Yeah, but you proper rate Ben White. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Just because I rate him doesn't mean it. At the moment, I think he's had one bad game for us, right? And that was the first game. And I don't think he was the best player on the pitch against Leicester. He didn't have a bad game, but I don't think he was the best player on the pitch.
I'm not saying he's crap.
All the rest.
I like Sanchez, though. I quite like Sanchez. I do. I think put him and Gabriel for me would be a better 2 than him and White.
No, I don't agree with that.
If I was being biased, I'd have picked Tierney. So I am being truthful with you. I'm being honest.
That's you. Right. So all right back. Tommy Yazoo or Royale, was it? Royale.
Who's that?
Who was going for?
What's Aurier. No, he's not there anymore.
No, not Aurier, the other one. What's his name? The right back.
Guys in the chat, who's Tottenham's right back?
We were supposed to have bought him.
No, it's not. No, it's not Davinson Sanchez and Eric Dyer. It's Romero. That's it, Romero. And he's a good player, He is a good player.
I believe it. Did you watch their game in the midweek? Did you watch the game on Thursday night? The first game that Conte was there. Did you watch it? And that's what I wanted to bring up. Hold up. Oh, there you go. It's one game. But he's a manager, isn't he? He can turn everything round. He can make everything rosy. And I'm
on about Romero.
Apparently, all the players were, joking in training and all lifted their game up. Did you see when he brought the players off and they was all sitting on the bench, their faces?
Thank you, Justice. Gabriel and Romero. That's it. See? Look, Caboots. Gabriel and Romero easily. See, tell it ain't just me. Ronan O'Driscoll. Romero.
That's because people don't rate right.
Nathan, Gabriel instead of White. See? We can't all be nutters.
Honestly.
Romero streets above Sanchez. Thank you.
Don't know what yous have been watching then, because obviously what I've been watching, the Tottenham team have been absolute dead. Anyway, I mean, we can go through all the players. What I was trying to say is that
Lionel Messi has been dead at PSG so far. Would you still have him in your team?
At this precise moment? Why would you want to pay all that money? Let's be honest. Why would you want to pay all that money? No. I'm being honest. Why would you want to pay all that money when really, let's be honest, he's at the later end of his career now?
So let's just dismiss him as a player because he's had.
I'm not saying dismiss him. I'm saying we are building for the future. And if people still can't see that, even though what's happened after the first 3 games, don't forget. Let's go back, Diesel, from the first 3 games. Right, we had the first 3 games. We got absolutely annihilated. Do you remember that? And we done a podcast, didn't we? We done a podcast, and everyone was saying, "Oh, how many points are we going to get in the next five games?" We're going to get nothing. We're shit. Get rid of Arteta. Blah, blah, blah. We're rubbish. We're all this rubbish. Right? Even Warren, let me ask you a question. Right? Because remember, when we was doing the transfer window, that one, we done the transfer window. All these players that we bought, they're not for the first team. They're second-rate players, all these players. Right? They're second-rate players. Tavares, Warren, you kept saying to me, Tavares, everyone kept telling you that he can't defend. And yet,
sorry, Ronan. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
And after 2 games, everyone's raving about him, Tavares. But you know what I mean? And don't forget, we only paid 8 million for him.
Oh, great comment. Read that, Tel.
Terry, here's a fact. Let's talk about facts. Antonio Conte doesn't need loads of money. He spends less money at 2 clubs than Arteta has at Arsenal and won titles at said clubs. Well, Liam, let me tell you now, if you really think that Tottenham are going to win anything under Conte in 18 months, then you're deluded, mate. You're deluded. And let's be honest, Conte is the one that said, I only want to be at Tottenham for 18 months.
Great comment. Right, read that, because this will just...
Sure they have, but that is not the individual player's fault, laugh at that. Would you have had Son in Arsenal?
Would you not have Son in Arsenal?
Yeah, I would.
Now, Son's been shocking, but he's a class player. I'm taking Son all day long.
Yeah, exactly. I would take Son. You know, I like Son.
Yeah, but hang on a minute. But he's been poor this season, too.
He has been poor.
But you still take him.
But I'd take Son. Yeah, I'd take Son. And what? I don't understand. And what? I'll take Son. But that's what I'm saying. Because you Arteta rats don't like Ben White, you didn't want him here. Don't forget, you all didn't want Ramsdale. Remember, he got 3 teams relegated. There was a lot of fans out there. Hold up. There's a lot of fans out there that abused him before he even kicked a ball for Arsenal. And now he is probably one of the best buys of the season. Ramsdale at the moment. He has been absolutely magnificent for our club. Don't you agree with that, Diesel?
I do, but in saying that, I do. And I said it on the last stream. But you see, where we differ is I don't get excited after 3, 4, 5 games, Tel. It's a season. I want consistency. If he carries this on, don't forget, right, when we had Peter Cech, when we had Cech in goal, and then what's his name come in, we was all raving about, what's his name, Bernd Leno. We was. Let's have it like we was, right?
We was.
Right? And then obviously, and like I've always said, I don't think Leno's anywhere near as bad as what people are making out.
He ain't.
But no one's talking about Leno now because we've got Ramsdale in goal. And we're seeing Ramsdale, yeah, come on, guys, fans, come on, yeah. I know I love all of that, right?
Yeah.
Keep it up. Because it's no good 4 or 5 games. And this, I'll go back to what I was saying to you earlier on, right? And we've all done it. I'm guilty of it. So are you. Everybody in this chat is, right? We are. It's the what's the saying? It's the hope that kills, yeah. So basically, we're seeing all this Tel. We can't help but get excited because blimey, finally we've got a keeper who's giving it some of that and calling out, defenders, which I love. By the way, I love it when he does that. He's so vocal. And how many times have I said to you, I like Leno, but he's too nice. Keeps his mouth shut, keeps his head down. Ramsdale don't give a toss, mate. And I love that. However, we've also seen players over the years who start off like a steam train and we're like, oh my God. Later on, all of a sudden, they fall drastically short. And then you're like, oh, hang on. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen to him, and I pray to God it doesn't. But would I sit here and put my mortgage on it? No. You know, so that for me is where, because as much as we're playing well, and we could be winning games, it worries me that he's been our man of the match on more than one occasion. That worries me because as we've played well, we've won the game. So how the hell did our keeper get man of the match? You know, so that's a bit of a worry. I'm not going to go delve too much into that because that's obviously going on the negative side, but it is a factor that we need to discuss. It is a factor that we need to look at and think, hang on, we played well. We won the game. Our goalkeeper got man of the match. Next game, we played well, won the game. Our goalkeeper gets man of the match again. And you're like, surely this should be a striker or an outfield player. Why is it our keeper? And what that tells me is because he's been brilliant. No one can knock it. He's shut me up so far. Of course he has. I'm man enough to come in here and say, look, I didn't want this. I didn't want him. He's shut up. And it's not just me. I'm not the only one. He's shut loads of us up.
Oh, he shut
If he carries on doing what he does, I'd rather someone come to me at the end of the season. He's kept it up. He's going to make mistakes. Of course he is. I'm not going to hang him, you know, the first time he makes a mistake. Well, of course, all goalkeepers do, yeah? What I'm saying is keep this level of performance up because you have what we've been crying out for ages. And as long as he does that, then people like me are going to have to hold our hands up and say, blimey, we got this one wrong. But if it goes the other way,
of course it does. What I'm saying is that at the moment, this team, these players, the manager at the moment has shut a lot of people up. And that's what people don't like. That's what people don't like. The reason why I say that is because, and this is why I back you all the time, Diesel, but there's one thing I won't back you on, and that is this, is that you turn around and you say, look, I don't dislike Arteta. I want him to prove me wrong. Well, at the moment, just at this moment in time, he's proving people wrong.
How? How is he proving us wrong? Tell me how.
Because, hold up. Like I just said, right? Go back to when we lost them 3 games. None of you thought he would last this long, did you? Because you didn't think we had the team. You didn't think our team would be able to play like this. You didn't think the players were playing for him, right? We was coming up to, who did we play? We played Tottenham. Everyone thought we was going to get battered by Tottenham. Then we was coming up against Villa, and everyone thought we was going to get battered by Villa. You certainly did, you 3, because the way you come onto that podcast was really grumpy about it. And let's go back, let's rewind to the beginning of the season when you done that podcast on your own, Diesel, about that player, Bendera. Do you remember him? That we got outbid for, remember? That we got outbid for, and that you wanted him at our club, and you made a big fuss about it. And you've done a whole podcast you did about Bendera and Arsenal getting outbid about him. But we didn't even see him when he played Arsenal. Who was he?
Because he had a bad game and he was anonymous, overnight he's a terrible player. He's a bad player.
Have you heard of him all season? I haven't heard anything about him all season. He's been...
Tierney's been non-existent all season, but do you still rate him, Tel?
Of course I still
rate him. Do you rate Kieran Tierney right now?
No, I'm saying the way you wanted Bendera at our club because you thought he was that great, that good. You wanted him at our club.
I didn't say he was great.
Hold up. You also would have had Dean Smith as our manager.
I still would.
Look what's happening. Look what's happening with Aston Villa at the moment.
So no one says anything about Dean Smith last season when he was doing well. The minute he starts doing crap, everyone's jumping on him, yeah?
You wanted Sheffield United manager. I can't think of his name last season because he had one season great.
Chris Wilder. Was really good. I would still take him right now.
And then he got him relegated. You also wanted Nuno. You also wanted Nuno as our manager.
I've never wanted Nuno. I've never said that.
You said you would have. No. You said you would have Nuno.
No. I remember because I specifically did a stream and I said to you, right, I fell into the trap with Wenger where I openly said I will take anyone. And I said, guys in the chat will back me up. I said I will never fall into that trap again. As much as I want this man gone, I'm not just going to take anyone to replace him. It's got to be someone of quality. Yeah? I've said that.
I will find it.
Listen, you've got witnesses in the chat room. They're here every week.
Ask them. Don't get me wrong. Just like, so, I mean, let's be honest. There's been a few managers that you wanted and they haven't turned out well for their clubs. There's been a few players that you wanted that hasn't turned out well for their clubs. But go back to when we was buying Ben White, Ramsdale, Tommy Yazoo, Tavares, Lokonga. You and loads of others were saying, you know, who are these players? We shouldn't be buying these players. We need better players than this. Right? And then what did I say? Give them a chance. We don't know, you know what I mean? Obviously, they're not everybody's first names on the list, but this is the players that Arteta wants and Edu wants. This is the way that they want to move forward with the club. This is the way he wants to play with defenders like Tavares and Ben White and Tommy Yazoo playing out from the back and, you know, getting us straight on the attack and things like they've been doing over the 9 games now. We've been unbeaten. Since that transfer window, we haven't lost a game. Do you know that one? You know that podcast that you done just after the transfer window, and you said, "What is this guy talking about?" Arteta, he's excited. How can he be excited? We just lost 3 games. We just lost 3 games on a trot. But you didn't listen to what I'm saying. You didn't take in consideration what happened in them 3 games. We had 10 players out. We had up to 10 players out for them 3 games. Then, and straight after, when he got his players in that he wanted to play, the system he wants to play, the confidence of them players with him being able to mould them, of how he wants to play and playing out from the back like we have been doing, and we're only getting better. Combination with the youngest team in the Premiership, I think it's been absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic since them first 3 games, like I've been saying. Everyone didn't take into consideration of us with the 10 players out. They just wanted to jump on the bandwagon, and unfortunately, you did not see this coming. You didn't see this coming. Us going on a 9-game unbeaten run, and people will say,
how can you talk like this after? Hang on. How many games have we had now? 11.
10 games.
10 games.
10 games in the Premiership.
All right, we're 10 games into a 38-game season, and you're talking like this. Like you're talking like, told you so. You can't see it. You don't know this club. But I'm thinking, hang on a minute. We all know, right? Things can swerve like that. We all know because we've. And in Arsenal's case, this is we've seen the script. We've seen the script. Yes, they're playing okay at the moment, right? But how can you talk like that? How you are now, when we're 10 games in to a 38 games, we're not even near halfway.
Because everything
and you're talking like, he's showing you
everything I've said from the start. Let's be honest here.
This is the problem why this club is in an absolute mess. It's because of fans like you who after 10 games think he's got it sewn up. We're seventh.
No.
We're 7th, Tel. You're talking like we're 10 points clear at the top.
Because we haven't played yet. If we win tomorrow, where do we go tomorrow if we win? Have a look at the table. Where do we win? Where do we go?
But hang on, Sal. It's dependent on other results as well. I don't care. If we win tomorrow and we go top of the league, I don't care. I want to be there at the end of the season. It doesn't matter about.
We do.
Yeah,
of course we do.
I've seen like whole City, Wigan come up and be top of it. It doesn't matter. Do you know what I'm saying? It's where we end up.
Of course we do. What I'm saying to you is, there's a long way to go yet. There's still absolutely
So why are you talking like that?
Exactly. No, what do you mean? Why am I talking like that?
You're more or less saying to me, Diesel, that's what you're more or less saying.
No.
So if Arsenal go for a bad patch, can I turn around to you and say, no, I wouldn't do it because it's at the end of the season.
Oh, Ken, you've been doing that.
Don't talk big now because we all know there's egg on your face. Egg on your face.
Same as everyone.
Yes, because I know this manager. He ain't going to do nothing for us. You're happy with 6, 7, 8. I'm not.
Diesel,
I'm not. You just want to see attractive football like loads of goals. And that's your match day done. I want to win trophies, Tel. You just want to see goals and free-flowing attacking football.
You don't want to win trophies. You don't want to win trophies. You don't want to win trophies because when I talk about winning the FA Cup, and a Charity Shield, you go like that. Oh, but that was nothing. We don't think about that. We don't want, because Arteta won that. We don't want to talk about that. If it was
Big
Wenger winning,
big clubs don't even talk about a cup from 2-3 years ago. Yeah,
you just said
it's
it, not me.
fish
You
and
said
chip
you wanted to win
paper.
trophy.
I've always said to
You
you,
said
fish
you
and
wanted
chip
to win
paper.
trophies. You said that.
I want big. I want the proper trophies.
Well, we all want the proper trophies, and we all
Do
want them
you?
trophies. Do you?
Well,
obviously
because
not. Then
I don't hear anyone else sitting here saying, "Yeah, but the last 2 seasons have been terrible." But he did win an FA Cup 3 years ago. Yeah, but he did. Right? Chelsea, Man City, those big. They don't talk like that. That's
Chelsea, Man City don't need to talk like that.
They don't talk like that. So why don't we take on the mindset of them? Why don't we take their mindset?
Diesel. Why don't you get it into your brain and other people get it into their brain? This is what Tottenham try and do, right? This is the problem and all. Tottenham are trying to be like Chelsea and Man City, whereas they just sack a manager and try because they want to apparently better themselves and try and win stuff. But they haven't won nothing for how long, Diesel? How long haven't they won anything for?
Who?
Tottenham.
Well,
2008.
So?
No, but I'm saying they're trying to do the same style as what Chelsea and Man City do. Whereas if they don't win after 17 games, we're sack the manager and we're trying to get another manager in to do it. It doesn't work because obviously you've got to have the team there in the first place, foundations. They haven't got it. We didn't have it. So it doesn't matter if Conte, Mourinho, or any of them managers come to Arsenal 2 years ago. It would have been the same with us.
No,
but for some reason, well, exactly. For some reason, like you thought when Mourinho went to Tottenham, he was going to win trophies just like that because of who he is.
But we finished eighth. We finished eighth 2 seasons in a row, right? So what you're telling me is any other manager in world football couldn't have come to Arsenal 2 years ago and got us. I'm not saying win the league, but are you telling me that no other manager in world football could have come here 2 years ago and improved on the 8th position?
I didn't say that. Did I say that?
No, I'm asking the question.
No, but did I say that?
You are saying that. What you're saying is,
obviously,
no one could
another
have
manager could have come in.
And won us the league.
Another manager could have come in. I agree with you. Obviously, another manager could have come in and got us a little bit higher. No. Could have got us a little bit higher. Hold up. Could have got us a little bit higher, but they wouldn't have won nothing with us.
No, I'm not saying win the league, right? Forget that, yeah?
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Right? That's what I'm saying.
For example,
I'm not talking about the league either.
But for example, top 4, right? With the squad we had, right, for the last 2 years, are you saying that there is not one man out there in world football who could have come to Arsenal 2 years ago, improved on the 8th position, and managed to sneak us into the top 4? Bear in mind, with a worse team, Emery was a point off. And you don't rate Emery. So imagine a better manager than Emery. Yeah. So I'm asking you again. Let me ask you this again. You're telling me there's no one else out there who could have got us.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think my answer would be I don't think at the time that if Conte or Mourinho was here, they would have got us top 4. Without rebuilding the squad, that needed to be done. That is my answer. They might have got us a bit higher than 8th, but I don't think with the squad that we had, that they would have got us into top 4. That is my answer.
Okay.
But don't forget, this is what I'm saying. You and Claude and Kenny Ken and all them said that Mourinho would go straight into Tottenham and win trophies. So that means automatically that yous are thinking that he was going to get top 4 with Tottenham. And let's be honest, when they won the league back in September, you and Claude was all dancing and singing on the podcast saying, that's my manager, Terry. That's my manager. That's who I wanted. Do you remember that? Look what happened. Did it happen? Did he get top 4? Mourinho at Tottenham. Did he get top 4? No, he didn't. Why didn't he then? Because he's the manager that you think he is. He's got the mindset to get the players on the pitch. Hold up 2 seconds, because it looks like Newcastle might be getting the goalkeeper, Brighton's goalkeeper, sent off here. They're doing VAR. And I think he's sending the keeper off. He's sending the keeper off here. Brighton are down to 10 men. The keeper's being sent off in the 92nd minute, that is, with 3 minutes left. Wow. So that's what I'm saying to you, Diesel. If these are these sort of managers and the managers that you say they are, why didn't Mourinho get top 4 with Tottenham? You're saying he would come straight into Arsenal and get us top 4. So why didn't he with Tottenham? I don't want to hear nothing about, well, Tottenham squad weren't as good or anything like that. Does not matter, because what you're saying is that these managers are elite. They've won trophies everywhere, which I agree with you.
Am I wrong?
But you're saying that they come straight in under, it doesn't matter what is going on at the club, they would win us and get us up to top 4 straight away. That is your words, basically. So why didn't he at Tottenham then? I'm waiting for an explanation.
Which way an explanation, Tell? How many times,
Well,
right? Have you been on here and said, look, certain players, right, are just not the right fit at certain clubs? And I said to you, it works the same way with managers. You also said he would never win a trophy at Tottenham. Yes, he was sacked a week before. He got into a final. Yep. George Graham, right, with the poor squad that Spurs had when he took him, even he won him a trophy, right? Because he's a top-class manager. And that is the difference. Right. What you're trying to say, and I've heard you say it before in the past, doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter who the manager is. To me, it does. The manager makes a big, big difference. Someone said it in the chat here. Graham Potter is a better manager than Arteta. I'll take Graham Potter. Yeah, but he's had to work hard. But you know what? You know what the thing is, Hotel? See, like the thing is, right with you guys, I see someone earlier on said about Vieira. No, because if you guys are going this mad over this player, it wasn't even a legend at this club, what are you going to be like with someone like a Vieira, who's an absolute king? Do you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. You know, and the thing is, you're saying, oh, you're saying all this to me and trying to throw it back in my face, and yet we're 7th. We've scored 12 goals. We've let in 13 goals. Yeah. I mean, seriously, our goalkeeper's getting man of the match in most games. That's not even a cause of concern for you. Now, I don't want to go down the road now saying, downplaying those wins, because obviously, you know what I mean? If we play well, I'll say we play well. But at the end of the day, Phil, the keeper can't keep getting man of the match, because eventually we're going to come unstuck, right? Now, we've got a very hard running coming up, right? With certain games, yeah? Right? So how about we sort of hold off and see where we are? Right, because at the end of the day, we could win the next 5 games, but if we still end up 8th at the end of the season, it counts for nothing.
Of course it does.
This is what I don't get. Why you guys get so excited
why
early?
Are you worried about the end of the season
early.
At the moment?
Wait until the end of the season.
Diesel, why are you waiting about the end of the season at the moment? Live for now. We are doing
fantastic. No. We've done that. And look where he got us. Look where he got us.
We could all sit here and say, by the end of the season, we could be back down in the bottom 3 again, which we could be. We could be back in the bottom 3 again.
Exactly, Liam. Exactly. It's because he's an ugly son. That's all it is.
We could be in the bottom 3 again by the end of the season. We don't know. We don't know about that. But this is what you used to keep saying. I want Arteta to change my mind. I want this team to change my mind. Right? Now, listen. Them 3 games, put them aside for a minute. The first 3 games, right? We had 10 players.
Why put them aside?
Because we had 10.
The season starts then, Terence.
It did start then. Did we start with our team we've got now? Did we?
We started with a team on the pitch, Till.
Did we start?
It's not like they had 11 players and we had 7. Yeah?
Did we start?
We had 11 players to go out there. Crystal Palace beat Man City the other day. Yeah, the other day. Who's got the better team? No. Let me ask you the question. Who's got the better team? They went to Man City's house and slapped them up. Now, let me ask you, who's got the better team? Man City or Palace? Right? Did Palace not beat Man City there last season? No, I'll ask you that. Did Palace beat Man City last season? Did Palace beat Man City last season? Did they do it? Did Leicester win the league? Have Leicester won the league? Did Leicester win the league? With a squad like that, they won the league, Terence. It can be done. But you, anything to protect this manager because you're so easily pleased. Yeah?
No. When we got a draw against them the other day.
The Cronkies love, because all you do is spunk your money, fill up their wallets, and you are the type of person they love. They hate people like me, like Jez, who's in the chat, and the majority of the guys here. Yeah, because we don't fall for it, Terry. Right?
When we drew with Palace a couple of weeks
Giacomo,
ago,
tell us a story, and you fall for it, hook, line, and sinker
when we
every
drew,
year.
you just
There you
you just picked up Palace, didn't you? You just picked them up, didn't you?
I didn't pick him up. I'm asking. No, did I say Palace are
just picked them
brilliant?
up.
That's picking him up. I asked you a question based on the facts. Did
Hold up,
they or
hold
did
up.
they not beat Man City last week?
Why-
Yes or no?
But why are you bringing
Yes
up
or no?
Palace then?
No. Yes or no, Terence? Come on, answer the
Yes,
question.
yes.
Right? Okay.
Man City have
Second
got a better
question.
team.
Did they beat Man City their last season at their house?
I can't remember if they did, but
They did.
probably
And
did
Josh
with your
Townsend
defensive
won the goal,
players,
yeah?
Yep.
Right, okay.
Yep.
That's two.
So
Right,
they're probably
okay, so
both
which
good then,
team are you taking? Man City or Palace? Are Man City
City.
a little bit better than Palace,
Man
or are
City.
they levels? No, come on.
Say that again.
Palace, Crystal Palace's team, 11.
Yep.
Man City's 11.
Yep.
Are Man City's 11 a little bit better than Palace, or are they levels?
Levels above.
Right,
them.
okay. But then because we played Man City at the start of the season, let's write that
Yep.
off because our best players went on the pitch, yeah?
Right.
Even though we had 11 players, our worst side that we could put out would still be better than Palace's best 11. Yes or no? Yes or no? Be honest.
No, not at the time.
That is why me and you can't argue because I've got you.
Diesel,
and now you're trying to play dumb.
You're trying to play dumb. We put out. What are you
guys in the
about?
chat, let me ask you guys, right? Arteta could put out a side tomorrow. Say we were decimated, right, with injuries, and he put out the worst 11, right, that we could produce. I guarantee you now that worst 11 would still be better than Palace's best 11. Yeah, they can beat City, and we just bend over and let them do us up the bum.
Don't talk rubbish because everyone always goes on about how many players we've got here that are Deadwood. So what are you talking about? And then you're bigging up.
I've seen those Deadwood players win games, Hotel.
You're bigging up Palace that beat Man City the other day.
But when we got Palace, I asked you a question: did they win 2 games?
When we got that equaliser, what was you?
Tony Blackwell, come on, Tony, help me with you.
What was you saying the other day with LG and how embarrassing the fans were? How embarrassing for celebrating a draw against Crystal Palace. That was embarrassing. Did you see the fans cheering when Lacazette ran over to them and was cheering and that? That was embarrassing. And then Palace go to Man City in their backyard and they absolutely caned them in their own backyard. Yeah, we lost. We lost, Warren. That was last year. What's happened to Tavares, Warren? You know, that player you said that can't defend. What happened with Ramsdale, who you said was a shit player? What are we doing buying him for 30 million? What about Lokonga that's come straight in and hit the ground running, not like what Pepe's done? What about Ben White? If you ask me and loads of other Arsenal fans and at the stadium and things like that, not on social media with all the Arteta hats, he's had one bad game, Ben White. He's been really good in the other games.
You was just about to say he's been brilliant. That's what you was just about to say, but you stopped yourself.
In 2 games he
Has
was
he
brilliant.
been brilliant?
I think in 2 games he was brilliant. In the Tottenham game, he was fantastic.
Then that tells us what your levels are like then, Sel. Because if you think he's been brilliant, the word brilliant.
Against Tottenham, he was brilliant.
Okay.
He was brilliant against Tottenham, in my eyes. I thought he was brilliant. But just because people don't like him and still think that because £50 million is so much money, do you know what I mean? Then that's it. He got rinsed. He got rinsed on Sky Sports, which validated a lot of people's. Validated a lot of fans.
The season don't start in January. Do you know what I mean? It starts but yet we're meant to, from January onwards, we're top of the league. No, all that rubbish.
Diesel. Listen to what I'm saying.
3 games aside. Anyone can beat anybody.
When Arteta come out with that interview and said he's excited, right? And you had a complete meltdown and had a go at him saying, what is he on about? We just lost 3 games. And I explained to you and broke it down. It's because he's got his players coming back. Gabriel and Partey back from injury. He's gone out and bought 6 players. 6 players. Everyone ridiculed Edu and Arteta for getting them 6 players. And not only have they gone out and got them 6 players, 5 out of them 6 players have been playing regular football since then. And all 6 of them have all started, all played a part of 90 minutes in them games.
Right.
In them 9 games that we've been unbeaten for. Right?
Right.
So that is why he's excited, because he's got his team moving forward now. He can mould this team and the players in the way that he wants to play. You know, so moving forward with the youngest team in the Premiership, the way that we're come out in these last 9 games, I think has been absolute brilliant. You tell me another team that's brought 6 players in straight away that's hit the ground running.
But you're
Don't
judging
forget,
it.
9 games.
Yeah, we've played
9
10 games.
What?
We've played 10 games all
9
season.
games.
Why
The
are you
last
jumping
9
it?
games.
All right,
Listen,
look.
listen,
Oh, okay,
Diesel,
9 games. So
Diesel,
you're justifying my argument even more.
No.
How can you jump the gun after 10 games?
With this
I could
team.
tell when they win
Diesel.
something, right? Or at the
With
very
this
least,
team.
you said this as well. Someone about a month ago, someone in the chat asked you a question and you answered it. Someone said to you, right, what's your target for Arteta? You said top 4 back into Europe, right?
No,
okay.
I said top 6. I said it's going to be very hard to get in top 4. No good laughing, because we all said that the 3 places would be Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City. We all know that, right? They're 3 places that are already gone, right? So who you got going for top 4, Diesel? Right? Obviously, you're going to have Tottenham now because Conte's coming, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's coming. He's going to turn Tottenham around now, and he's going to win them things. So Tottenham's going to be going for it. Everyone thought Man United at the beginning of the season was going to be going for it. Everyone thought Leicester was going to be going for it. At the moment, Arsenal, no one put Arsenal in that because we was bottom after 3 games. You know, we was bottom after 3 games. And you can't see the turnaround of this club so far then. After 9 games. Oh, don't worry about it. You know, we can't look at the 9 games and the performances over them 9 games since the transfer window and things. We can't look at that, because what we've got to do is we've got to look at the 2 years before. Because obviously that's the team that he had back then, he hasn't even got them players anymore, really. Most of this team didn't play 2 years ago. Over half of this team didn't play over 2 years ago.
This is your problem. This is your problem, right? All you talk about is the players. It runs deeper than that here. It runs deeper here. It's not just the players. It's everything about this club. It's everything. No, it's not just the players, Tel. Right? You said this before. All Arteta, right, has got to do is buy 3 or 4 bangers, and all of a sudden we're sweet again. Right? We're the Arsenal of old. It's not just the players. If there is a lot of things wrong at this club, and it starts from the top.
There was.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things.
Right. There is a mentality issue. Right. The standards have heavily dropped. Someone said it earlier on, and I totally agree with them. Right. Forget Chelsea. We are the 3rd biggest club in this country. So yes, Terence, right? When we were at the bottom of the table, of course we're going to be, right? Of course we're going to be angry and upset. Of course we're going to be angry and upset, because we are a lot bigger club, right, than people like you think we are. We are a massive club. We deserved, right? We paid the highest ticket prices in Europe, not the country, not the UK, Europe. You would know that more than me. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So if you're paying Waitrose or Harrods prices and you're getting served up Poundland year in, year out, how dare you sit there and have a go at me, right, for having the bottle to speak out? Because in any other thing, Tel, if you were paying top quality prices and you got served up a load of dredge, you'd be the first one to kick off and moan. But because when it comes to the Arsenal, it's your blind spot. And this manager in particular has always been your blind spot. What is it?
Diesel, the reason why I come at you...
What is it? What is it? Because if we had a Graham Potter, an ugly sod, you wouldn't be behind him. But because this manager, the best looking Spaniard in the league, come on. Come on, Sam, you can't deny that all I've just said is wrong. You can't deny that. Jumping the gun after 10 games. What if we finish 8th or 9th again this season? Then what, Tel? The win against Leicester counts for nothing, doesn't it? The win against Aston Villa counts for nothing. Yeah?
That could possibly
happen. I'm saying it could, exactly. It could. But I'm not sitting here saying it's going to happen. What I'm saying is, wait. Right? We're playing well. We're winning games. Yeah?
But we've known
Arsenal. No, Tell. This is important. You need to hear this bit. It's important. Please, for me. Right? For me. Yeah? We've been here before. Before this man was here. When Wenger was here. When Emery was here. We've done it,
Diesel,
right?
don't you think we know
Exactly. So because we've done
Diesel,
it,
don't you think
and
we
we
know
hit
that?
cloud 9, and then we get right.
Diesel, let me give you
it
an
hurts.
example. Right? Let me give you an example.
But
Right? Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Right? Of course we know. Of course we know this could all fall on our faces. All of us that have got our faith in Arteta and this team moving forward and back in the team. We know that. We know that could all happen. The thing is that we just don't want to talk about that all the fucking time.
But we have an
All
Arsenal
the
channel,
time.
Terry.
No,
This is
no,
an
no,
Arsenal channel.
Diesel,
We have
hold
to
up,
talk
hold
about
up,
it.
Hold up, Diesel. Diesel, we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. Let me give you an example. We smashed Aston Villa, one of probably our best games of this season so far. 90 minutes we battered them for. Right? 90 minutes. Best performance by a lot of players on that pitch for Arsenal. You three talked about it for less than 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's what I'm saying. You didn't talk about the game. You didn't talk about how it all went. You didn't talk about how individual players were played, Smith Rowe and Ramsdale and Gabriel and Partey and all that. No, you just weren't interested. That's what I'm saying. You weren't interested in that. If you don't believe me, go back and watch it. Go back and watch it. You talked about it 5 minutes and then it was like, oh, yeah, but we've seen all that before. Let's talk about Man United. Let's talk about Man City. Let's talk about Barcelona. Let's talk about Real Madrid. Let's talk about Ronaldo. That's what I'm saying. That you didn't stop for a second to analyse that game whatsoever. And this is what I mean about Arteta out. Is that, yes, I understand that you want Arteta out. That's no problem. I've not got a problem with that. I understand that you still think that because we're on a 9-game unbeaten run at the moment, and yes, we're come from bottom to 7th at the moment and things like that. I understand that you're going to be, curious of what's going to happen in the future and you're not going to get excited. But what I'm saying to you is that why can't you just take a seat back for a second and just say, do you know what? I still don't think this manager's going to do it. But you don't have to start off with that. What you could have started off with was, what a fantastic result. Obviously, we're all Arsenal supporters here. We've just beat Aston Villa 3-1. Everyone, especially LG and all the Arteta outs, thought we was going to get battered by Aston Villa and wanted us to get battered so Arteta can get sacked. But we didn't do that. Every single player.
Yeah, but David, Dundas. Terry won't talk about that. Terry won't talk about that. So let's just leave it, David. Yeah, let's just leave it. Yeah.
We played 10 games and never get a goal difference. Yeah, but what difference that make? When we went one, do you remember when we used to go 1-0? We won the league after we went 1-0 all the time. Our goal difference was piss poor, but we won the league. At the end of the day, do you remember when you, Diesel, and LG and Kenny Ken used to say, it's a results business, Terry. It's a results business. So you
the money we spent in the summer, Till. Let me ask you a question. Because I know you rate Odegaard. I know you rate him, right? Because I know you've said that before. You think he's a proper good player.
Good player. Good player. I tell you what. Usual fucking said how bad he was against Leicester. I remember seeing it.
He's been bad all season, mate, and last season. Bad on
Leicester. How many assists did he get? How many?
You're sticking up for Odegaard now, really?
No. I'm just saying. This is how blinded that yous are. He come on for 10 minutes and he set up twice.
No, fans like you, right? That really give me the ump. Honestly, it's just
Diesel. This is what I'm saying. You don't look at the stats, or you don't look at
your age, the players you've seen here over the years, and you're sticking up for this guy.
Odegaard, look,
I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Diesel, I'm not saying he's going to be.
I'm sitting here listening to you. I'm listening to you. Go on.
Right, I'm not saying that he's going to be magnificent or anything like that. But yous only see what yous want to see because yous don't like him. Odegaard is shit. He's this, he's that.
He is Till. He comes on, he slows the game down. He was brought as our creative force, was he not?
He was the second highest person in that game in 10 minutes to create chances. You
don't think he slows the game down when he comes on? Honestly.
How do you know that that's what he wasn't supposed to do in 10 minutes, to come on and slow the game down?
Oh, my God.
How do you know that? That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. We're supposed to listen to use Arteta outs all the time, and this is what you do. You move the goalpost every single time. And what you try and do is that if you can't say something, you'll find something else to be negative about. You've got to get a negative comment in. Surely, after that Aston Villa game...
Isn't there a difference between negative and cautious?
Diesel. Listen, let me just ask you one thing. This is why I don't understand, right? I understand that you don't want Arteta here, right? I understand that. That's fine. I understand that you think another manager could come in and make us great, which is, fantastic. But after you think Conte would come in and take us. Let me quote what you said.
Elevate us, yes.
Hold up.
Yes.
Let me quote what you said at Aston Villa, that game against Aston Villa, after that 3-1. You said, look, we've just won with these players. Sack him now. Sack him now, because if they can play that good under this manager... Right,
I said that at the start of this stream.
Right. You said, this is what I'm saying. As an Arsenal fan, the first thing that should be on your mind, surely, is your team's just won. You should be overjoyed by it, surely. What a great game. And you want to talk... The negatives come afterwards, surely.
Listen.
But, hold up. But, like you said, Ramsdale, he's being man of the match. And, is it because we're taking too many shots? Could we do things different here and there and whatever? Yes, I understand then. After about half hour of being excited and, fantastic about the way we played and getting the result after a lot of Arsenal fans thought we was going to lose. But it's not like that. That's what I'm saying. It's all one-way traffic. Now, when we lose...
Well said, mate. Well said.
I've got to sit here and I take it, obviously, and I've got to try and somehow work out what I'm going to say, because I back this team and I back the manager. But if something goes wrong, I can't back that.
Yeah, but if something goes wrong, you just don't talk about it, Tel.
What do you mean don't talk about it? Of course
you don't. You dismiss it. Someone said earlier on in the chat, you watch this club through rose-tinted glasses, and you always have done, especially under this manager. Right? You goad me all the time, and yet I've always been consistent, right, with what I say. Emery, right? You did not like him from the get-go. Right? The minute he made a mistake, you're on him. Yet this manager, can get all... No. And I've always said to you, doesn't matter. Well, I know Emery's not as good looking as what Arteta is. I get that. But at the end of the day, right, there should be equality. Yeah, so if you're having to go at him, right, because he did A, B, and C wrong, then when this manager does A, B, and C wrong, surely he should get the same reaction as what that manager got. But under you, no. Right, so you expect me to sit here and listen because you're this manager, he's now getting it right. He's been here long enough, right? He had that squad isn't the greatest yet, especially for the last 2 years. That was a damn sight better than eighth. And just because we've won a few games on the trot, I meant to do a 360, sit on this channel, right? And no, let me tell you something now. Because now I'm getting wound up, right? Let me tell you something now, right? People in this chat watch us, yeah? For one reason, right? Because we're straight, right? If these people in the chat want to watch a soap opera, go to those other Arsenal channels and go and watch them, yeah? Because we don't do it over it, yeah? Don't do it over it. I will never change my stance over 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. It's a 38-game season. I've known this club, right? Right, to turn up whenever they want, right? Yeah. After the end of the season, if he does get us into the top 4, right, and he spent enough money he should, right? You still then and only then, right, we can sit in and say Ramsdale, flop or a success. Ben White, flop or a success. I am not doing that. Terry been playing well for the last 3, 4 games. That's fine. Ramsdale has been possibly right. So far, he's probably been signing of the season. I would go as far as saying that. Yeah,
I said that already.
Yeah, I would go as far as saying that. However, right, you call it negative, I call it cautious. Right? Let's wait and see. Because we've now got the basis of something decent here. So let's wait and see. If we finish 8th again this season, which is a possibility, by the way, right? A possibility, right? Then this stream we're doing right now is irrelevant. What you're telling me now is irrelevant, isn't it? Yeah, I get what you're saying game by game and get excited after we win, right?
I'm not saying, right, that you should change your stance. I'm not asking you to change.
No, but you are.
No. What I'm saying to you is
you're trying to brainwash me the way you brainwash these guys in the chat. And when you do things on your own and I'm not here, you brainwash these guys, right? So you're not doing it to me.
Diesel, I'm asking you a favour, right? Go back and watch that last stream again that you did, and time yourself and everybody and League LG and Jez of how long you talk about that game for. After we've just won, we've just beat Villa 3-1. Magnificent performance, right? We should be talking about the performance. We should be talking about individual performances like Smith Rowe that game because he was absolutely outstanding. Let's be honest, in that Aston Villa game, he's come on leaps and bounds. You know, talk about everything that's gone in the game and how good it was. And then Diesel, what I'm saying
We
is,
did talk about him. Look,
hold up,
read
hold
that.
up,
We
hold
did.
up. I'll read that out after, but I'm just talking first. Then after that, you can turn around and say, but you know what? I'm still not convinced on this manager. We're still conceding too many shots, if that's what you want to say. And why is Ramsdale having it? That's what I'm trying to say. But it wasn't. It wasn't. It was like a 2
You know
minutes.
why? You know why,
Oh,
Tel? Because we're Arsenal Football Club, and you expect me, Jez, and Lee Ganner to come on this stream, on this channel, and wax lyrical about Arsenal for an hour and a half because we beat Aston Villa 3-1, something we should be doing anyway. We are Arsenal, Terence, right? And I know over the years, I've always said this to you. If you're 15, 16 years of age, Tel, I totally get why you're like this. You're older than me, right? And your mentality is disgusting. So what?
Diesel.
Because we beat Aston Villa 3-1, we should have street parties, get out the bunting. No, no, we did. We spoke about it. We discussed it. We moved on because it should be a given. We're at home. Aston Villa are not informed. We are Arsenal. Yeah, you've forgotten that over the years. All right. Yeah, we don't, Tel. We don't. We're old school. You're clearly not. So there you go. Right.
School grand behaviour. Right. The school grand behaviour.
Right, hang on, I need to read. Randy,
hold up. Listen.
This is going to go off, Tel. It's going to go off. Go on.
Oh, sorry. Randy Viper, thank you very much for your super chat. Hope you're well. Thank you very much. You say it best, Diesel. You say it best when you say it. So
my cousin, my brother, my mates. Randy, I love you, man. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Hope you're good, bruv. Odegaard is crap, Tel.
Okay, that's fine. I appreciate your opinion. But
let me stop this Randy.
Diesel, let me stop this school grand silly girls behaviour of, oh, you only like Arteta because he's good looking. Oh, you know, you only do this because it's just school grand behaviour. Do you know what I mean? It is. Let's stop, you know what I mean? Your mum's dead, your dad's dead, and we used to cuss in school years ago. Do you know what I mean? Let's stop all that crap now, right? You know, no one likes Arteta because he's better looking than bloody Finney. Do you know what I mean? Can I just say, Jez, thank you very much for your comment, man, and thank you for coming on the other day. I really appreciate it. And obviously, I know Diesel had a lot of fun with you while you was on. Liam, Terry, answer me this. If White, Odegaard, Lokonga, and the rest of the players you bought this summer are any good, why hasn't better teams went in for them? What do you mean, why haven't better teams gone in for them? I don't understand it. I don't care if any teams have gone in for them because we've got them. And they're doing great at the moment. At this precise moment, we don't know how good they're going to be in a year's time. But at this precise moment, after 9 games, every player that we've bought, apart from Odegaard at the moment, who's only had a couple of games, Lokonga, Tavares, Ben White, Tommy Yazoo, and Ramsdale have been spot on. Exactly what we needed. We look ruthless now. We look a bit nasty about us now, like Diesel's been saying for a long time. And do you know what? One of the best things I like about Ramsdale, Diesel? Do you know the one thing that I like? Do you know that every team against us, right? Every team against us, they always play a little bit dirty or they time waste and, you know what I mean, with the ball and things like that. But Ramsdale's doing it now. He's taking his time on the goal kicks now and getting the crowd agitated like we used to. That's what I like about him. And his camaraderie. And what he done the other day was absolutely fucking brilliant. When the Leicester fans were saying, oh, you're shit, and he turned around and he got involved with it, was absolutely fucking brilliant. And I love it. I'm loving it.
If you saw the stream, I'd spoke quite a bit about Ramsdale. And firstly, I don't know if these are your family members or your friends, Tel. You've clearly got a bit of a firm in here tonight. Diesel is full of it. And is this one of your mates, Peter Malsom, whatever that is, the guy on the right with no football knowledge? Well, Peter, I'll send you the link. Send me your email address, and you can come on and you can educate me. Yeah? Send me the email. You've got my my details there. You've got my Instagram and my Twitter. So yeah, come on, send it now.
Okay,
And I'll get
no
you on.
problem. Thank
I
you very
swear
much,
to God,
Peter.
Peter, I promise you, I'll give you my word. I will send you the link for this stream. Yeah.
Can I just say, listen, I'm not out for getting support or anything like that. I'm just here to have my voice heard because do you know why? For so long now, the Arteta hats have been banning on and banning on and banning on and keep banning on and kept telling me that I was wrong and kept telling me that, you know, you've got it wrong, Till. You've got to do it. Wait until the fans back, Till. Wait until the fans back after COVID. They'll tell you how, they'll show you how much they hate Arteta and get him out and God knows what. What happened after them first 3 games, Diesel? We went to Norwich. Even Kenny Ken come on this show himself and said the fans were immense. The fans have been immense in that stadium since when I went. The first game, I couldn't go to the first home game because I went on holiday. But the second home game against Norwich, it was the three defeats before that, and they've been absolutely immense. And I can't tell you, the atmosphere against Tottenham was the best atmosphere in that stadium for years. And Aaron Earth, people can call it the library. I do not know because the fans do not stop singing from the minute 1 to minute 94.
Yeah, but that's only in certain games, Hotel. That's only in certain games.
No, it ain't in certain games.
The
That's been
derby,
every home
right?
game this season. Every home game this season.
Since
Diesel.
we've been at the Emirates, over the years, let's be honest, that has been known as a library. Over the years, let's be honest. I'm not on about the last 9 games. Since we moved there, Tottenham, it's always going to be, come on, I mean, and rightly so, so it should. But you can't say there's been a hell of a lot of games where
Diesel, I totally agree with you.
Do you know what I mean? And you would know that more than anyone.
That happened, and I used to say it all the time, Diesel. You know that, Jez. I just want to say, Jez, thank you very much, mate. Listen, I don't agree with your opinions, but you know what I mean. That's what I love about this. You know what I mean, and we can all share our opinions, and you know that's it. At the end of the day, we've all got different thoughts, different feelings, the way that we see things. You know what I mean, and obviously, Jez, Kenny Ken, Diesel, LG, you all see it different to me. I've got no problem with that. Do you know what I mean? The only thing that I would say is like I said, I would just like us to be 50-50 all the time. You know, if we're being really bad, let's talk about it being really bad. If we're being really good, let's talk about being really good first, instead of talking about being really bad all the time. And
yeah, but see,
hold up.
We do though, Till. We do that. I don't understand what you're saying this.
Diesel, like I said, go back and watch it then. If you don't believe me, go back and watch it. The Aston Villa one that you done straight after the Aston Villa game. 5 minutes.
What do you expect us to do? Whatever, Rich.
What you don't want to say it now, do you? What, have a street party? No, not have a street party. Analyse the game like you would do if you was on with bloody. You support Arsenal, surely. Surely you've got to be happy that we just beat Villa 3-1. We just beat Tottenham 3-1. We just beat Leicester 3-1.
And we spoke about it, but I had 2 guests on. Right?
5 minutes.
So
5 minutes, Diesel.
So what? We mentioned it. I'm not going to talk about Arsenal versus Aston Villa for an hour and a half. Do you know what I'm saying?
Go back to the one and watch when we drew with Crystal Palace. How long you was talking about it for then? You talked about it for ages because we drew with Crystal Palace.
Yeah, too right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you don't mind talking about it. You don't mind talking about it when we lose or draw, but you don't want to talk about it when we win. That's what it seems like. Oh, yeah, we won. We don't need to say anything more, do we? We don't need to. We won 3-1. You know, Smith Rowe had a good game. Ramsdale obviously got man of the match. He's done really well. But let's talk about Tottenham. Let's talk about Man City.
Do you know what, Tel? When we lose again, bring that same energy.
All right, no problem. I will do.
Yeah, not like we lose and then you go missing for over a month. Bring that same energy then.
Diesel,
right? Bring that same energy because there's one thing you're saying that to me. You're saying that to me, but make sure you bring it as well. Then
that's fine. That's fine. Diesel, we've been here for over 2.5 years with this manager. I've got it in the neck every single week. Every week. This manager's
wrong then.
Rightly so. But I stuck by him. I stuck by this club because I could see what needed to happen and what needed to do. I think it's going in the right direction, which I've been saying for a long, long time now. I said from the very start we needed to get rid of players. What happened? I kept getting told by you, LG, and all that. We're not going to buy any players in the summer. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. We're not going to get rid of anyone. I was right. It happened. And then again, this summer, we're not going to buy anyone, Terry. We got outbid by Aston Villa for Bendera. Who are we going to buy? We're buying all second-rate players, Terry. They've all come in. What's happened? We've gone 9 games unbeaten. What? Just because we've gone 9 games unbeaten, all of Arteta fans like me now, we're all having street parties and all going out getting Arteta faces on.
You had a street party after we beat Spurs. I know that because Tony Blackwell told me. And I've seen the pictures. So, Terence, you did.
Even if I did, rightly so. Rightly so. Do you remember them first 3 games when Tottenham were having street parties because they was top of the league winning it and we was bottom? Oh, I don't care about them. Don't care about them. But when we beat them and absolutely,
Tottenham were doing it, so we have to do it, yeah?
Absolutely caned them and mastered them through that game. 3-0 in that first half. Absolutely brilliant. We're not supposed to be excited about it. Come on. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all.
Because you talk about Spurs all the time, right? You know, they have this thing about, you know, it's very Spursy. Even like Roy Keane, Gary Neville, they say it all the time. You're coming up against Spurs. You just know you're going to beat Spurs. Spurs ain't won nothing. You said it yourself. When was the last time Spurs won something? And yet, all Arsenal fans talk about is Tottenham Day and finishing above them, and we beat them. So when I talk about the likes of Chelsea, Man City, you know, Liverpool, I look at them as to think, that's who I want to be in competition with. I don't look at Spurs and think that's who, because Bergkamp said it. They're not rivals to us. It's Man United. It's Spurs. Do you know what I mean? Right? And that's always been the mentality of a lot of us old school fans. Now, nothing's different. Spurs still ain't won nothing. They didn't win anything back then. They haven't won anything now. Yet, Arsenal fans still talk about us and them, our direct rivals, this, that. No, I prefer to talk about Chelsea and Man City and Liverpool. I want to be at that table eating with them. I don't want to be at the back sitting with Spurs. Let's be honest here. And I know there's Spurs fans here in the chat. You know, with all due respect, that's how I feel. But all I get is Arsenal fans talking about Spurs all the time. Tottenham Day. We had a poor season. We finished 7th, but we got above Spurs, so that's all that matters. No tell. And that is where the mentality, and even you would agree, is in the gutter. Rich ND, thank you very much. As a Norwegian national, I don't rate Odegaard. This is his fellow countryman. That's a statement.
Can I just say, Rich? Can I just say, Rich? Obviously, that's your opinion. I totally respect it. Warren was saying the same thing about Tavares. Apparently, all of these, the team that he come from, their fans were saying that he can't defend. 2 games in, what's happened? He's been absolutely brilliant. And people are saying that we haven't, 2 or 3 games, how many he's played, we haven't even missed Tierney. Not even missed him. He's done a fantastic job there. So he can defend. He can go forward. He looks like he can play all over the pitch, to be honest. So with all due respect, let's see what happens. Like Diesel's been saying.
Exactly.
At the end of the season.
See what happens. Mustafi, Koscielny tell. When they first... No, hang on. Right, listen, at least admit this, right? When they first partnered up and for those 20-odd games, let's be honest, we thought, blimey, we've got a proper partnership here. No, come on. Let's be honest. Right? I'm not saying, oh my God, they're world-class, but we thought, blimey, we're not losing. You know, we're on an unbeaten run. Koscielny and Mustafi, rah. Even like Vermaelen, at one point, we was like, you know what, we're right here. We did. And it all went to shit, right? So that's when I say you call it negative, I call it cautious. There's a big difference. I'm not counting my chickens still. I'm waiting. Diesel, I just want to.
I'm glad you just said that. I'm glad you just said that because there's a massive difference between being cautious with being negative.
But you're calling me negative.
No, hold up. Being cautious is saying afterwards, after that win, you know, what a fantastic win. I tell you what, Ramsdale, absolutely brilliant and deserves man of the match. Smith Rowe, what a performance he had playing in that game. Partey, unbelievable. Gabriel, fantastic. To be honest, there wasn't one player that I could fault. Well done to Arteta for getting it right on a day. Let's all be honest. You know what I mean? There was a lot of people out there thinking that we was going to get battered. But look, credit where credit's due. Now, let me just err on the side of cautious. That's how you do it. Not come on and go, do you know what? Yeah, we won 3-1, but I still think this is the wrong manager. We've just won the game. Sack him. What are we doing? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, you can't say that's being cautious. That's being negative. That's being negative, Diesel. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. Anyway, listen, we've been going for an hour and 25 minutes. As much as I loved it, Diesel, I need to go in the next 5 minutes. So let's quickly get on to the preview of Arsenal Watford tomorrow, Sunday, 2 o'clock.
Yeah, hang on. First of all, AJ Byatt, listen, don't rise to that. What's it? Salem Moon. I've just blocked him. It's obviously a bloke pretending to be a bird. It's obviously a young boy, virgin, lives at mummy and daddy's, never seen a pair of tits. People like that, wrong uns. I've blocked him. So don't worry, don't rise to it. He's gone. Yeah, go on, Matt, carry on.
No, I was just saying, let's just get on quickly to the game tomorrow. Obviously, Arsenal versus Watford.
Norwich should sack their manager. Daniel Farke has been sacked, yeah?
They won today, didn't they?
Everyone's saying he's been sacked. Yeah, Justice, look, Norwich sacked their manager after a win, Tell.
How can they sack him after a win?
Well, I suppose they've got ambitions.
What, they've had 11 games, they've lost 8, drawn 2, and after that win, they've sacked him.
Because they're ambitious. They want better, Tell. You know, they're not content with what they've got. We could learn a lot from Norwich.
Well, there you go. You know, Norwich can learn a lot for us, because don't worry, Norwich, we was bottom after 3 games. So, you know, you could be right up there. Don't worry about Norwich. But anyway, let's get back to the quickly. Arsenal versus Watford at the Emirates tomorrow. I, for one, am buzzing. I can't wait to get back at the Emirates. I know the atmosphere is going to be rocking. I can't wait to see this team again. I can't wait to see Arteta and the way that he sets us up again, and hopefully go out and give Watford a bashing. But listen, I will say this, Diesel, and a lot of fans forget this, right? And I don't understand why they don't take this into consideration. This league is the best league in the world. The best league in the world. Any team can beat anyone. And that was proven again last week when Liverpool were 2-0 up and then Brighton come back and drew 2-2. Man City at home losing 2-0 to Palace. Right? Everyone would have put their mortgages on them two, on Liverpool winning and Man City winning.
Even league, Watford, who we're playing tomorrow, was it Everton 5-2?
Everton 5-2. Exactly, Diesel. Exactly. So when we get a draw out of Palace and a draw out of who did we just say? Who was it? Palace and Brighton. You know what I mean? It's the end of the world. The end of the world. And then they go and do that to Man City the week after. Oh, Brighton were fantastic. Absolutely unbelievable. Look what they're doing, blah, blah. So they're only good when they're not playing Arsenal. But when Arsenal play them, you know what I mean? Oh, we should be battering these teams. You know what I mean? Not like Man City should be battering them and all that. So, look,
yeah, but Man City's a one-off, Tell. That's a one-off, like, you know.
I'm not saying it's not.
Like, Man City lose to Palace, everyone's like, yeah? A little team beats us. Oh, well, it's Arsenal. That's the difference.
Well, that's
what Liam, you're a G, mate. I love you, Liam. Top man.
That's what I say anyway. But listen, look, anything could happen. You know what I mean? Tomorrow. Listen, the form that we're in, 9 unbeaten.
I think I think we'll win comfortably.
I think we'll win. I think we'll win. But it's not unfeasible that Watford will come to us and beat us. That's what I'm saying. So they shouldn't do. Don't get me wrong. They shouldn't do. And
you're
we
just
should
saying
go
that
there.
just in case they do. Then you got your.
No. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is that, you know, as this is what I mean. You've got no aspirations for us because Arteta's our manager. So really, we should be losing every week. Really.
Listen. He's spent the most money out of everyone. Yeah. Right. So when I'm hearing about what's the target, first of all, he needs one. And if he hasn't got one, I find that disgusting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In any job, you need a target. Any job, right?
Yeah.
He needs the bare minimum as what big up to Kenny Ken because he says this all the time. The bare minimum is he has to get into Europe, and I'm not on about the conference nonsense.
No, exactly.
I'm on about,
No.
Yeah, I'm on about Champions League. Right, forget Europa. No, he's got he's got to get Champions League. He's got to get Champions League. Got to.
So hold up, Diesel.
Got to.
Right? This is what I'm saying. I want to be in Champions League. Don't get me wrong, but like I just said, at the moment, then, right? Because let's be honest, I think even you and everyone in the chat will say probably at this precise moment in time, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City will be top 3. Yes or no?
But you just said, right, it's the best league in the world. Anyone can beat anybody.
No. I'm just saying.
That's the difference. That's the difference. If they have the mindset of, oh, well, we're never going to get it, are we? Because they're going to get it. Then you've lost. You've lost.
Diesel, I'm not saying it. I'm saying you personally. You personally. Do you think them 3 will be in the top 4 then?
Who?
Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Right? So that's 3, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there's one place to go for.
Right. Well, then go for the one place.
No. I'm just saying. There's one place to go for. How many teams are going for that one place then? Would you say?
Yeah, but that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Go for it.
What do you mean? Of course it does.
No other clubs are worried about us. Why are we worried about them? Go for it. If there's a place, if there's a place, look at what he spent.
It doesn't matter what he spent.
How can you sit there and rave about our team? You're raving about our team, but you don't think we'll get top 4.
No, I'm not saying we won't get top 4.
Raving about our team.
I'm saying we won't get top 4.
See, two-faced, mate. You double standards still. Come on.
Diesel, at the beginning of this transfer window, well, at the end, should I say, when Man U went and got Varane and Sancho and Ronaldo, you was drooling. Look at what Man United's doing.
What would I be? Ronaldo? Who wouldn't say?
No, but I'm just saying. Varane, you're saying he come in and he's got injured straight away.
Yes, and that's unfortunate, Tel. That's happened to us many a time. But what I said is actually correct. Varane is a world-class defender.
That happened
That's
to Gabriel.
What I said. Am I wrong?
You didn't want to know about Gabriel. You didn't want to know about Gabriel. He's been injured, and so what? That's what you used to say. He's been out. You can't look at him.
You're comparing Gabriel and Varane.
At the moment, yeah. Yes, I am.
How
do you know he's going to come in and be great in this Premier League straight away? You don't know that. You don't know that, Diesel.
All right, mate. I don't know.
Exactly, you don't know. So who would you swap at this moment in time, Gabriel?
You're right. Yeah, go on.
Would you swap him right now, Gabriel, for Varane? Would you do it?
Diesel? I've got the energy. If they're both fit, I'm yes, all day long.
You would swap. Oh my god. Okay, that's fine. All right, that's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear.
Good.
Right. Anyway, getting back to Watford. What's your prediction for tomorrow, Diesel?
2-0 Arsenal.
What? A good win, or just a crap 2-0 win, and not really bothered?
No, it's an hard one. I don't know. It's if we carry the form. My worry with Arsenal is that we've been on form, and these players we have a tendency to just rock up. It's Watford, all we got to do is turn up. We're going to walk it, right? So as long as we don't do that, and as the moment that whistle goes, Tel, we need to be at them. Yeah, score goals and score early, right? I can't see Watford scoring tomorrow, if I'm honest. So I think we'll have another clean sheet. I was going to say 3-0, but the thing with Watford, they are quite a physical team. So I don't know. I think obviously they'll hustle and bustle, and I don't think they'll make it easy for us. I don't think it's going to be I don't think we're going to slap them, and we're going to. You know what I mean? It's going to be a fantastic. But I do think we'll win. It'd be an efficient 2-0 win. I think we'll win comfortably, but I don't think it's going to be all one way. I think they're going to give it a go, but I just can't see them scoring. Can't see him scoring. So, 2-0. Nothing with that. If we do that, if we win tomorrow, we go again. And if we win that, we go again. Like this has always been. But this is something that that you never say. Like this is what, right? this has always been my argument, Tel, right? You're raving sitting here about Leicester and about when we played Aston Villa. So we know they can do it then, yeah? We know they can do it. We've seen it. So when they don't do it, I'm not saying they have to win every game, but start every game like how you started those games, right? Be on the front foot. Because we know you've done it. We've seen you do it. So when you don't do it, I've got questions. What is the problem with that? You know, and that is the thing, Tel. You know, me and you have done many a watch along where we've seen these players at walking pace, I've seen Liverpool 3-0 up and they're running through brick walls. We're losing 3-0 and we're just strolling. No, that's wrong. Do you know what I mean? So we've seen Tottenham, Leicester, Villa. Yes, we played very well, Tel, and I'm not going to go down the route of they were poor, right? We made them look poor. We've got to give credit where credit's due. But we also know we've now seen you players do it. We know you're capable of doing it, so you need to be doing that week in, week out. That's what the best teams in world football do. Yeah. If we play like that and we lose, Tel, then we can only look. To be honest, we played well. He didn't fall for us on a day.
Exactly.
What I don't want is being beat by teams who don't even get out of second gear. That's my problem.
Listen, I totally agree with what you just said, Diesel. The difference is with me and a lot of, I would say, fans in the stadium is because they not understand. I think they get what Arteta's trying to do, what Arsenal's trying to do. That's what the way I'm going to go down it, is that this is a brand new team. This team has only been playing for 9 games. This team is the youngest in the Premier League. This team at the moment, moving forward, right, as you just said, we can have games like the Aston Villa, the Tottenham game, the Leicester game. And at the moment, because they're still inexperienced, because they're still young, we're the youngest team in the Premiership, we will have performances like we did against Crystal Palace and like we did against Brighton. That's just fact. We will have games like that, unfortunately, at the moment. Just like you could say Man City against Crystal Palace last week, right? But the difference is, like I just said, is if you look at the whole picture, like I just said, a brand new team. This team at the moment have gone 9 undefeated. They're working for each other. They're playing for each other. They're cheering each other when Ramsdale saves a goal, saves a shot.
Thank you. It's not just me. Thank you.
But do you understand what I'm saying there? A lot of people won't take that into consideration because we're the Arsenal. We should be doing this. We should be doing that. Yeah, we should be. This is the road. This is the road to recovery, basically. This is the start of it now, of moving forward. And like I said, if Arteta didn't do it this season up till Christmas, then I would have turned around and said, do you know what? I don't think he is the right manager. But after them 3 games...
I don't agree with that.
Well, I know you don't agree with that, and that's fair enough. That's fine.
They're going to be flocking. You will never, ever, ever turn on this man. You won't. Even now, if we've lost our last 6-7 games, you would find an excuse. You would.
There would have been an excuse because they would have been his old players.
You're blind. You're blinded by this man. I've always said that.
How can I be
Even
blinded?
last season.
Diesel, like I said to you earlier on, how can you have 6 new players come into this team and change us around completely? Right? If we continue this form and maybe only lose 1 or 2 more games because we've got a couple of hard games coming up, I don't want to lose them. Of course I don't. We've got Liverpool, but a lot of people think we're going to get battered by them. Same as they fought against Aston Villa. Same as they did with Leicester. Same as they did with Tottenham. Right? They think we're going to get battered by them. We might do. Of course we could get battered by them. Right? But if we can continue this form on until January, right? Until January, and then buy another couple of players to go with this team, and then move on through hopefully get top 4. Obviously, at the moment now, we're the quiet assassins. That's what I say. No one's really talking about us, and still people and probably the Sky pundits and all things are thinking Arsenal are still out of it, but we're going along slowly and silently. We're winning our games, drawing a couple. But we've gone from bottom up to 7th at the moment. We win tomorrow, we go 5th. We go 5th. Liverpool play West Ham tomorrow. If that game ends in a draw, we could go into that game knowing that if we win, we could go on the same points as Liverpool. I'm not saying that we're going to win. tomorrow. I'm not saying that we're going to beat Liverpool, but that's what I'm hoping for. That's the way I'm looking. I'm not thinking, oh, well, if we beat Watford tomorrow, we're going to get smashed by Liverpool and then it'll all be back to normal again. No, I'm not thinking like that. Why do I need to think like that? Why should I think like that?
But see, this is what I'm saying, right? This is exactly my point, yeah? And somewhere along the line, we do agree on this, right? What I'm saying to you is this. Liverpool, like, are playing really well. You look at the players, Salah's on fire, right? Yeah. But what I'm saying to you is, for me, and I've always said this to you, Tel, you can't deny this. As much as we debate all the time, the one thing you can't say about me is I've never said this. I always bang on about mindset. Always bang on about mindset, yeah? Right? It's not a given that 11 players on the left, if you've got 11 world-class players, Tel, and you've got 11 average players, it's not always the world-class players who win, right? It's all about who wants it more on the day, yeah? And if we go to Liverpool, yes, they're a better team than us. We know that. We know that, yeah? But if every one of our 11 players has got the mindset to think, listen, we're going to Anfield, right? But we ain't going there to, like, lay down, right? Let's, all of us, give it a good go. And they all leave it out on the pitch. We can beat Liverpool, right? They're not 11 robots. They're still 11 men. Yeah, and this is the mindset, right? We see Liverpool draw. Was it Brighton the other week?
Brighton, yeah,
right?
2-0
Let's be honest. Liverpool are levels above Brighton, but Brighton played as a unit, right? And when you do that, yeah, I'm not sitting here saying we're gonna get piped, but the players have to have that mindset. Not rock up there and think, look, let's just keep the score down. Yeah, no, go there because it's been proven and it's been done. Lesser teams than us have gone to Liverpool and beaten. How did they do it? So this is what I'm saying. Yes, you need a little bit of luck, but it's up here. It's not so much your skills, your technique, your talent on the ball. It's this. And I've always said it. And this isn't just in football, in any job in life. You want to be the best. You aspire to be the best. You strive. Yeah? And you have this. It's a winning mentality, Tel. Whether you've won trophies, leagues or not. Winner. Go there and give it a good go. And if they are going to beat you, make it as hard for them as possible. So that if they do beat you, Tel, they're limping off the pitch. They're not walking off. And it's that. And that is what I'm saying. That is the Arsenal I want. Because, believe it or not, we had that in the past. I know times change, but mentality shouldn't. Standards shouldn't. They should never slip. Players will always change at clubs. The mentality and the standards should never change. That should be the one constant in a club. Yeah, that's why I get so angry. So, yes, you can say I'm negative, I'm this, I'm that, and I'll take that. Yeah, I will take it. But I will never, ever come on here and lie. I will never, ever come on here and say what I think people are going to want to hear. I won't. I have this image of my head of Arsenal, a club of that size. If run right and properly, my God, could we be something? That is what, and I've said it to you, it's all there in place. It's there. Exactly. It's just waiting for someone to run with it. And that is my problem. That's where I just can't.
Yeah. Diesel, one thing I will say about you, and that's for both of us. We do not lie. We do not put a performance on for people like other channels do. You believe one thing, I believe another. This is passion at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we love our club Arsenal. We love it. We love our club Arsenal. We've got a different way of looking at things and seeing things, and and that's what makes a great debate. And that's why I love debating with you and other people. Do you know what I mean? It's at the end of the day, it's just my opinion, just like it is your opinion. We don't have no influence on what Arsenal do as a club or what the players do or anything like that. This is just what we see and what we feel about our club. And it's raw passion. Sometimes it might come across, you know what I mean, where we're fucking going at each other and headbutting each other and things like that. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just opinions. We don't hate each other. No one should hate anybody for an opinion, in my eyes. Nobody. Everyone's allowed to have your own opinion because otherwise we'd be robots. And what a sad world it would be. All I'm saying is, all I would like to see from Arteta at people is, it's just, just not being negative fucking 99.9% of the time. Just that 1% I would like to see of just saying, let's give that team credit. Let's give these players credit.
I have said that.
No, I'm not saying that you haven't, Diesel. I'm not saying you personally. What I'm saying is just Arteta outs in general. Do you know what I mean? It's just bam, 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 all the way. All the way. I don't care what Arsenal do. If they win, if Smith Rowe's had a great game, if Ramsdale, you know what I mean, has come in and been one of the best. I don't care about that. I want this man out. I want another man in, and I won't support this club basically until that happens. That's what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? Now that is not for me what it's about. Now there's one thing that I see Arteta's interview today, what he done, and the one thing that I thought what he said was brilliant was, and then you said it just a minute ago, Diesel, was he was asked a question of what's the one thing have you seen different since them 3 losses basically and players coming in, and he said unity, like you just said. Everyone wants to play for each other now. Everyone is fighting for each other. Everyone wants to win. Everyone is pulling in the same direction. Not just the players, but the club that's backed me, the backroom staff that's helping me, and the players that are putting it in the training pitch. Now, and he said it himself. Yes, there will be times when obviously, you know, we won't have a great game or we might lose a game. But as long as we're putting that fight in, as long as we're trying, that's the main thing. And you was correct on what you just said. But Diesel, listen, mate, I need to really shoot off now.
Yeah, some people are asking if you're doing a stream tonight. Is there a UFC fight on or something? I think is it Canelo?
There is a great thing, but unfortunately, I won't be doing a stream now. I've got to get back into doing streams, but unfortunately, I won't be doing one tonight.
Canelo or Plant?
That's the boxing. That's boxing. Canelo.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice one, Jez. Jez, we'll get you on soon, Jez, because I want to see you and Terence on the same stream. So, yeah.
Best of luck and good luck to you, Jez. You know what I mean? As I said, do you know what I mean? I don't hate anybody, and that's not me as a person. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I've got different opinions to everybody else, but I won't slag anyone off. I won't, you know what I mean? I won't go to them levels like other podcasts and things like that do. So, Jez, you're welcome on here whenever you want, man.
Exactly. Yeah, he knows. I told him that.
Yeah, I know. But I just want to say, Diesel, it's been an absolute pleasure again to get back into this. Work permitted, hopefully, I'll be able to do a lot more and all now.
Exactly.
Moving forward. So, but that's, I'm going to have to, I don't know if you carrying on, Diesel, or not, mate?
No, I need a stiff drink after this, mate. Yeah. So, yeah. Guys, listen, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Thank you to Randy for the super chat and to Rich ND. See, I do remember. Guys, listen, loyalty is amazing. We're going to be doing the stream very soon. What's today? I'm doing the watch along, by the way, tomorrow, guys. I'm doing the watch along. I'm doing that. All right. So, yeah.
We'll try and get Kenny and we'll try and get on before and after the game and all, Diesel.
Yeah, if we can. If they can't, they can't. But, yeah, we need to get back to doing this. We need to find the time. Now, listen, you know, going forward, not every stream I can afford to do 2 hours, 3 hours, the way that we normally do. Sometimes it's only going to be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, obviously, family commitments and stuff. However, that's better than nothing. I'm sure you'll all agree. So going forward, that's what we're going to do. But yeah, listen, thank you very much. Listen, a special thanks to the mods as well. I know we had a few idiots early on, early doors, and the mods. Yeah, you really do earn your stripes. So thank you very much to the mods. Big up to all of you. And yeah, love you all. Big up to Lily as well. Speedy recovery, my love. And yeah, so. Yeah, we live another day.
I can't thank everyone enough for their support. It's been absolutely amazing, considering we haven't been doing as much as we should be doing. Diesel has been absolutely fantastic, doing it all himself and trying to do as much as he can. And as I said, I just want to say for anyone on Instagram and Twitter that I haven't messaged back, honestly, I've been so busy driving more or less all day and just sleeping a little bit. So I will try and get back to you, but thank you very much for sending me messages. I really appreciate it. And just big up everyone in the chat.
Right. Before you go, there was something I wanted to ask you, actually. just so everyone knows I'm not lying. We need to get back to doing member streams. I want to do one. I want to do one next week.
Yeah.
Show me how to set it up, or if you can do it, or show me and I'll do it. But yeah, because I don't know how you do it. Because I promised the guys member streams and we just don't do them. Yeah. And it's a bit out of order, if I'm honest. So yeah, yeah, we need to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, show me. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Like Diesel said, sometimes we might even only have to do like a 20-minute or half-hour member stream just to get it going again. Do you know what I mean? And I will jump on when I can and all do member streams like that. So we will definitely get them up and running again and getting this channel back.
And we do have good member streams, haven't we? Like they've always been quality.
Oh, they've been fucking fire, mate. Absolute fire.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And no old bars. Do you know what I mean? You know, like I said, do you know what I mean? I love banter and I love having a debate with anyone. So, you know what I mean? Just bring it on. But listen, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I've missed it. Missed seeing Diesel's beautiful face, even though I speak to him a few times a week. You know what I mean? But, you know, like I say, he hasn't got the face for radio. He's got the face for YouTube because you want to look at this guy in person. He's absolutely gorgeous. And look, from me, thank you very much. Everyone stay safe out there. Hope everyone's well. Come on, the Arsenal. Let's fucking go and get another 3 points tomorrow. Great performance. Let's get up that table and then bring on Liverpool after the international shitty break again. The only good thing about that international break, Diesel, is that there ain't another one till fucking March. Thank God.
Woo! And before we look, I promise you, we really will go, guys. I promise you. But I just wanted to mention this. You know, I always end the stream with talking about what I'm currently watching at the moment. Angela Black. It's really gripping. I've got right into it. The fifth is 6 episodes. The 5th one is being shown on TV tomorrow. So I've really got into that. Anyone who's not watched it, give it a go. It's really good. And I think that's about it. That's
just
what
quickly.
I watched that Squid Games. That's messed up. Squid Games.
Squid Games. I thought that was brilliant. I hope there's a series 2. And I'm just on to series 3, episode 7 of You. So...
have you not tell? Sorry, I must. Yeah, I've completed season 3. It was brilliant. I love.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
No, I won't. But I will say this, right? The guy who plays Joe,
fantastic.
What an actor! He has got that role spot on.
Brilliant, absolutely. Brilliant.
He's a nice guy, and you think I like him, but he's got that sinister side where you think he just does it so well. Big up to him. Really good actor. Really. But yeah, he's gripping. And the missus, mate, he's met his match. That's all I'll say. But yeah, lovely.
Right, guys, listen, thank you very much. Really appreciate your support. We are back. Diesel and Terry are back. We are back. See you all soon. Have a great watch tomorrow. Come on, the Arsenal. 3 points up the table. Come on, you Gunners.
I'll take her out.
I'll take her in.